So we're going to go ahead and jump into the next part of the show, which is... Desperate times call for desperate players. This segment is basically, if you haven't seen it before, is just those last minute players. You realize you woke up today, haven't checked your lineup all week, and you're like, half my team's out because they're hurt or they're sick or something's going on, and I need to figure out who to play, and nobody's available. So these are basically just some desperate plays from players that should be available in your league, that if you need them because somebody got last minute hurt or sick, they should be able to hopefully fill in and give you a fighting chance in your fantasy leagues. I know I'm trying to think of some of the ones we threw out last week. I did Austin Doolin. Austin Doolin, the receiver for the Colts, is what I said. A lot of people had Paris Campbell, and I gave Austin Doolin. Austin Doolin outscored Paris Campbell. He almost had 10 points in a PPR. So if that was a desperate play you made, 10 points is a lot better. Campbell. Yeah, it's a lot better than not. I also think I can't remember. I didn't bring my notes from that one.
I have no idea.
But
Isaiah McKenzie.
I gave Isaiah McKenzie again for
Davis was out.
Yeah, or Jamison Crowder, and I don't think either of them did very much, but it was important if you did have them, because going into Monday night, Gabe Davis did end up being out. So if you didn't have another receiver, hopefully you had one of them and you were able to plug them in and at least get some points, because Ash losing by 0.8 points knows that could be the difference between a dub and an L.
Pain.
You know what's pain? Being the third highest scoring team week 1, and then the second highest scoring team week 2, and being 0-2 in fantasy. I played the number 1 scoring team both weeks in one of my leagues, so that's great.
The only positive of that is, like, moving forward, you should win.
Yeah, you would think, unless I keep playing the highest scoring team.
Well, you already played teams that apparently score high, so hopefully you got those teams out of the way, and now you're gonna play all the toilet bowl teams.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of. I don't think
if you play Kenyon Drake because Dobbins was out, that was a huge mistake. I did not.
Apparently, there were just no running backs in that game. The Miami or Baltimore backfield. I mean, Lamar Jackson was the only running back in that game.
Shocking.
That
was a good game, though. That was a really good game.
I think I gave Sammy Watkins. He had a really big catch, but that was kind of it.
He's on IR.
And now he's on IR, so I'm just trying to think of
Sammy Watkins did Sammy Watkins things.
So this week for the Desperate Times Call for Desperate Players, I have a few. Hopefully you can use them if needed. I got Greg Dortch. He's still available in one of my leagues. He's had back-to-back 13-plus points for the Cardinals. With Hollywood Brown being the number 1 target, Jalen Ramsey should be on him. He doesn't follow people much, but he'll be the main focus of the defense. And then Rondell Moore still being hurt. Greg Dortch has stepped up, and he's actually had back-to-back good games for the Cardinals. Still not really talked about. So if he's available, he's definitely a viable option at receiver.
And James Conner is questionable, so I don't know if he's kind of hurt, banged up. So
he
maybe
is.
They'll rely more on the...
I have that later on.
Oh, sorry. I just meant because Dortch would be a good, because if they don't run it as much.
Yeah, and they play the Rams, who should be putting up points against that defense, which means the Cardinals need to throw the ball, which means Dortch should be able to get some points there. So I like him. And then switching straight to the running backs there, like you said, James Conner is banged up. He's questionable as of right now. Darrell Williams or Eno Benjamin are both big starts or chances to start this week or have valuable fantasy options. A lot of people were trying to get them in the waiver wire. So they might not be available, but I just looked in a couple of my leagues and they're still available. Darrell Williams was available. So he's produced before in the past in his career when he's gotten the opportunity to be the starter. So I like him as a flyer or somebody if you need to start a running back, because running backs are few and far between right now. If you have like a Josh Jacobs who might not play because he's sick, or James Conner, or number of other factors. If you drafted Travis Etienne and Breece Hall thinking they were going to be the guys and they're just not. I like him this week for sure. Benjamin with a chance as well. He's a good receiving back, and gets a few targets a game, which, hey, like I said, could be the difference between a win and a loss. The receivers I have written down, it's very hard for receiver right now. It's kind of deep, so there's not a lot of available receivers. But for desperate times, I'm thinking to lean and go look at Tom Brady's favorite type of receiver, that little white slot guy. There's two of them there. Scotty Miller with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans not playing this game. Julio Jones still questionable. I like Scotty Miller to have a good game, and I also like Cole Beasley to come in and surprise some people. He was elevated off the practice squad to the active roster, so he's going to be playing today. He's a veteran receiver. Tom Brady usually can connect well with those. If you remember, okay, before I say this, I am not comparing Cole Beasley to this receiver, but if you remember when AB was there for a week, literally a week, hadn't played practice at all. AB came in, got 6 passes for 75 yards and a touchdown. It's just that veteran mentality, knows how to play football. Cole Beasley's been in the league a long time. Tom Brady's going to be able to trust him. Cole Beasley
will have a game where he absolutely balls out, and it's like, wow, look at him, and then he does absolutely nothing. So this is a perfect opportunity for him to come and ball out. Josh Jacobs, just really quick, is going to play.
Is he active?
Yes.
So maybe if you don't really trust it because he was a last-minute decision, you can lean one of the other ways. But I've also not been a big fan of Josh Jacobs. I just don't think he's in a very good offense that supports the running back. That's just kind of my personal opinion. But yeah, I like Cole Beasley or Scotty Miller. They should be available in most leagues. If you do need a receiver right now to go get up and start, I kind of like both of them, their chances. The thing is they don't have anybody else, and they should be. Tom Brady's going to throw the ball, I imagine. So we'll see there, though. Sean says he's got Mitch starting. Should I pick up Kenny Pickett? Not just yet. Tomlins came out and said that we're not going to make any quarterback changes anytime soon. Or any sudden quarterback changes. So it doesn't look like Kenny's going to start anytime soon. Now, if we roll off another couple losses here and we're 1-5, that might be the time to go get him, because I don't think Tomlin's going to sit back and just let that happen. Just take the L's because it's Mitch's fault or anything like that. Let me see.
Problem is, it's not just Mitch, but that's a different conversation, I guess.
Yeah, it's also the offensive coordinator, but Mitch is definitely a problem. I was definitely wrong about that. I thought he was going to be able to come in and at least do enough. The problem is Mitch Trubisky can throw a nice ball. The problem is he finds his receiver and he just looks at them. He's a terrible decision-making person. He has a great arm.
Until he decides, okay, this play, I'm throwing it to Chase Claypool, and then snaps the ball and immediately looks at Chase Claypool, follows him, throws him the ball. And it's like, dude. Meanwhile, I got Deontay wide open over here.
Yeah, it happens multiple times a game.
He throws nice ball. His passing ability is good. It is 100%. Like you said, the decision making
is no buenos.
It's not good.
But I wouldn't start either of them. There's other options out there that are good until I think Kenny Pickett will actually be viable when he gets in there. His decision making is good. He runs, which is everybody knows a running quarterback in fantasy is always good. Doesn't matter how good they are at passing the ball. If they run, they're going to be really good. Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson are top tier fantasy guys because of their legs. Same with Josh Allen even. Their arms help. Obviously they're going to throw the ball and get good yardage, but what puts them over the top is the ability to run the ball, because that's so many more points.
I don't think Justin Herbert's going to play. So if you have Justin Herbert, I would try to find somebody else. I know Chase Daniels took all their
first team reps.
Yeah, on Friday, and
that might be another one that you might want to look elsewhere if you have, say, Mike Williams or Josh Palmer or somebody like that, one of the receivers for the Chargers, because they're not gonna be as good with Chase Daniels as they were with Justin Herbert. So one of the guys like Scotty Miller or anything like that. Now, I mean, you might not want to start them over Mike Williams. Just ride your guy and hope he does good. But it's just something to think about and look at because it's definitely a fall off from Herbert to Chase Daniels.
Yeah. He really wants to play. Justin Herbert does, but I don't know that the team is going to risk throwing him out there so soon after that injury. Is what it seems like. But I don't know. Sometimes they just throw them in there and it's like, no. Maybe you should just like wait a week.
It's always unfortunate when guys like that are the second round of games though too, because like you have to make some decisions because some of your guys are going to play in the first. Like I have Justin Herbert in the league, and the quarterback I have as a backup, Sean, is Carson Wentz. And I like Carson Wentz. Revenge game against Philly. I mean, he throws it a ton and he's got great receivers. You don't got to look pretty to be a good fantasy quarterback, and he's been a really solid fantasy guy so far this season, but nobody likes him because it's Carson Wentz and Washington. No offense, Sean, but that's how the world views it. But
that's how people with any...
But Washington plays in the morning games, so I have to decide before I will even know if I want to start Wentz or ride with and hope Herbert plays. So I'm probably going to go the safe route, just take the points with Wentz. And if Herbert plays, that's unfortunate.
You'll just cry. So I have Herbert in a league, and my other quarterback is Justin Fields, who also plays in the morning, and also just I don't ever want to start him. The only reason I have him is a dynasty league, so I was like, young guy, gotta get him. Terrible. The Bears are... So Kyle will like this. I picked up Mariota because he plays in the afternoon games and is one of the only quarterbacks available that plays in an afternoon game. Because I'm not putting Danny Dimes out there. I can't do it. So let's go, Mariota.
You don't want to start Daniel Jones against your Cowboys?
Absolutely not. Even if Micah's out, because Micah might be out due to illness, I still do not want to do that. But that's just me. Also, Jacoby Myers is out. I don't know anyone who has him, but the Ravens play them.
Nelson Aguilar a little.
Think the Ravens are going to have a night or a morning, whenever they play. J.K. Dobbins is back.
For sure.
Yes. Marlon Humphrey is back. Marcus Peters is back. So they got their whole squad back, ready to roll against the not very good Patriots team. So that's that. I don't know that I'm going to play Dobbins this week. I might wait and see how it goes. I don't know. Do you have Dobbins? Are you going to play him?
I have J.K. Dobbins, and I might have to play him just because the rest of I also have Kamara in that league.
Yeah, and he's questionable. Let's go Wentz. Why are we cheering for Wentz, Nicole? She's a Saints fan. Let's not go Wentz. Actually, let's go Wentz for this game because I would like him to beat the Eagles. And that would just be like a fun revenge game. Oh, she has him in fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's silly.
He's a good fantasy player.
Was he, though? Is Jerry Jeudy going to play? Does anyone know? Jerry Jeudy. You also know who's been the biggest bust of fantasy outside of Cam Akers. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent because you're switching your lineup. Mooney. Absolute trash garbage. Can't stand that guy. Not happy because my wide receivers in the league aren't very good, and he is one guy that I was hoping I could count on, and I absolutely cannot because that team stinks, and he stinks. And that's me being very nice.
Tell me how you really feel.
Who else is like a big bum
Herbert in this league
that I thought wasn't going to be a bum? Him and Cam Akers really are probably my most disappointing picks this year. You know what's really disappointing, though? I'm just going to keep talking.
Go for it.
Najee had, what? How many points? 15?
13 points.
And then they decided to run that stupid play on Thursday night. They threw it backwards, so it counts as a fumble against Najee. So he loses points.
That's true.
It was the best game Najee's had all season. And then they do that. And it was just unnecessary. Just take a knee and walk it off. and be like, you know what, take your L and go home and think about it. Do not give it to Najee and make him throw it backwards so he loses yards and gets a fumble. So mad. We keep getting the Cindy's changing his lineup, and I keep getting the notification that you are moving things around.
Gotta figure stuff out, you know. It's hard out here.
Real lifetime. Who are you switching out?
In my other league, I have Herbert. I just picked up Carson Wentz because he's still available. Like I said, if you need a quarterback, he's definitely viable. And then I was looking at J.K. Dobbins to see if I should put him in, but I don't think I'm going to.
I don't think I'm going to play Dobbins in the league I have him in. The league I have Dobbins in, I'm a loser. So maybe I should play him because what I'm doing is not working. I have Najee and Mixon, though, and then I have A.J. Dillon in my flex. Maybe I should take A.J. Dillon out.
For
Dobbins.
I like that. The Bucs run defense is very good. So
I know, that's kind of what I was like, what is the matchup? I'm playing Houston's defense. That's how desperate I was for a defense. Yeesh. That's how much I hate the Bears.
And the Bears offense is very good.
Bears have to be, I said at the beginning, they're going to be one of the worst teams. They looking like it.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.